Okay, we're recording. Let's go.
Alright,
You
what's
wanna
up?
you wanna introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Dugan Nash with a dollar sign, and I guess I'm here to talk about fucking modern agriculture and just like different practices within agriculture and just really just see where it goes from there, I guess.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so what's the most interesting thing about agriculture to you?
I don't know, I've just been like doing like planning shit for a couple years now, and like I don't know, I fuck with plants so much. I think that nature has just made so many useful things for us, and a lot of people either don't know about them or other people just take them for granted and are ignorant to their existence.
Yeah, that's
And it's
amazing. Like for me, like one of the main part of my days is after I get all my work done, is like reflecting with some weed.
mhm.
And like if I didn't have that plant there, that I had um, no help in making, I wouldn't be able to do like one of the most like valuable parts of my day, like one of the most valuable things to do.
Ceremonial,
Yeah. Ritualistic.
a routine, yeah, ritual.
It keeps me where I need to be. It keeps me level headed. Yeah, but what go into some other plants that are that like no one
Um,
knows about.
I mean, I'm sure people know about them, but but a lot of people don't. There's this one I'm gonna grow this,
Yeah.
and I'll probably plant it like sometime this week. It's called chicory. It's in the dandelion family,
Mhm.
and the leaves, the whole plant is it's basically edible.
Uh huh.
So you can really use any part of the plant. But I'm gonna like you can eat the flowers, leaves, probably the stems even as well.
Can you eat the
They're rich in
roots?
like vitamin K and all this other really good shit for you. But the
Yeah.
roots
The
in
roots. Yeah.
Europe are used as a like coffee, what do
A
you call them?
stimulant.
I guess I guess they have some kind of compounds that are stimulating, but it's like stimulates the nervous system. But it is a
But it's just like a.
coffee substitute
Oh,
in.
okay. It's like a ritual thing, like black tea in the Middle East.
Yeah, I don't know, but people have been making tea out of it, and I mean not. I shouldn't say tea. I should say coffee out of it because you roast the roots and then you grind them up in the ground, so it's more like
Mhm.
a coffee.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I just actually I just pulled some radishes out of my garden today.
What does it do for you? Does it add any nutritional value or?
I don't. There's a lot of things and a lot of like I think it has like 200% times more like of the vitamin K that you need in a day or something like
Oh
that. Like a
shit.
certain I forget how
Nice.
many grams it is, but it's pretty dope. And then just like weed too, obviously, is just a very
Yeah.
amazing plant,
Yeah.
and I'm glad it exists. Um,
What are
and
some
it's
are there any like really rare like poison plants that are, or I guess it'd be, yeah, it'd be poisonous, right? Not
yeah,
venomous.
yeah, it would be poisonous. You know, like the lily of the valley.
Yeah, from Breaking Bad.
That's pretty poisonous from
Yeah.
Breaking Bad. But
Explain that though for if anyone doesn't know.
I mean, like it's just like a flower basically, and it's very poisonous. It actually grows on the side of my house, and then usually when like August and uh, stuff comes around, or like a late summer, we get more of a nightshade
Yeah.
begin to appear, which is in the same family as tomatoes. It's the nightshade family, and it's funny because tomatoes are actually they're poison. The leaves are poison. You don't want to eat tomato leaves.
Hmm. I didn't know
But the
that.
fruits themselves are very good. Yeah, and another thing too. I
Hmm.
mean, uh, I think yeah, potatoes too. I mean, they're all grown for the root. They're grown for the tuber, the thing that's under the ground. They're not really grown for their
Yeah.
foliage or anything. But if because most people they'll harvest them before they make fruit. They have their like tuber, their root, but they also make fruit. They make little berries, and they're also poisonous because it's also in the nightshade family. So they look like little tomatoes, but they're very poisonous.
Hmm.
You don't want to ingest that; it'll make you pretty sick.
Do you know anything about plants like datura or datura itself?
I have never uh, consumed datura.
Yeah. No, not the actual trip, but just like the actual plant.
Uh, I know it's grown in a lot of places. It's pretty common. Like people will
Yeah.
have it as fucking landscaping plants.
Yeah, there's what is it called? The Angel's Trumpet one?
Yeah,
Yeah, that those are all over my old neighborhood.
yeah. There's so many plants in that family that have so many psychoactive properties.
Yeah, don't fucking take
I don't
it.
know. It was weird though because like when you hear people talk about like Datura trips or
Yeah.
whatever, like everybody always says they're horrible. It's bad. It's bad for your brain. But like I don't know. I talked to this one girl this one time. She's from Serbia, right?
Uh-huh.
And she had this. So I was talking to her just about like Serbia because I know a lot about her country and stuff. And so we were like talking about it. And then we were talking about psychedelics, whatever. And she was talking about how she did Datura, and she said it was like actually like a really fun time. And I was
Yeah, I
just like,
remember you were
really?
talking about that in the I think it was in the Quentin server the other day. How
Yeah.
fucking like I've every single trip report, even the weak lower dose ones, they talk about just like losing your mind and not being able to fucking like know how to read the next day and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I don't even know, but like she apparently was just like hugging a tree, and then there was fairies that were like flying around her in
Dang.
the forest.
She must have like the most positive outlook on the world.
I guess so.
Damn. Uh Alright, let's talk about corn.
Corn.
Yeah, tell me about
I've
corn.
well, it obviously the thing that really stinks about like living in my house and like where I live is my yard does not get very much sun, and
Uh-huh.
so corn it would not be really a wise decision out here unless I put it on like the southern side of my house where it get like blasted with sun.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to plant. I mean, it's a type of grass, so obviously you just have to if you like plant it in like close proximity to each other, you can get like they'll get pollinated very easily. As because the pollen drops onto the leaves and the wind just like basically blows it at the other corn, like the other flowers of the corn, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And then that's how fucking corn happens. But yeah, I've never grown corn, but I've always wanted to very much. I'd grow some like sweet corn or some purple popcorn or something
Do you
because
have
there's
any do you have any like cool plants you grow inside? I was kind of looking for I had an idea to keep a plant uh just as like a hobby.
yeah. I mean, I'm not really big into house plants. I think that, and a lot of people would disagree with me, but like house plants to me are just kind of boring. Like I want something. If I'm going to grow a plant, I want something out of it. Either if that's like a fruit or there's something in it. There's a
Oh,
property
okay.
in the plant that is like good, like a medicinal plant. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah, that
like,
makes sense.
but I grow right now. I started three different varieties of peppers. Um, because I'm really big into just different varieties of peppers. I love peppers very, very much. But I have this one variety. It's called Czechoslovakian black pepper, and it is like purple. It's like violet. It has like purple and like violet
Uh-huh.
hues all throughout the plant. And I've never seen a uh, pepper plant like that. And pepper plants, their flowers are normally white.
Yeah.
This one has like purplish, like velvet flowers that they're just so unique to that plant. And then when they get pollinated, they make the peppers obviously, and they start really purple, and then they ripen to like a blood red, and they're really
Damn.
fucking cool looking. And they're like I
That
think
does sound really cool. Can you eat them? Are they totally good
yeah
to
yeah
eat?
they're totally edible. It's just they I think they're lower Scovilles than
Yeah.
jalapenos actually. So you
Okay.
can I put it in soups mostly.
Yeah, speaking of
And cook them
Scovilles,
and turn like really bright red.
yeah, speaking of Scovilles, do you know anything about like hybridizing peppers for heat or like or any of the like pepper X stuff
I mean,
that's going on?
I, I mean, like, yeah, I've looked into it. It's just like, I personally, I would love to breed like my own variety of pepper. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah,
But the thing
is
is it takes generations,
is there
and
anything in peppers that makes them easier to breed because people breed those like crazy?
I mean, people can breed tomatoes like crazy. People can breed a lot of flowering plants crazy, but
Oh, okay.
peppers just
Is it
seem
just the
to,
flowering aspect that doesn't
yeah. I
work?
mean, all you have to do is just cross pollinate things, and it's not that difficult. Like all you have to do is just like I don't know, like take like a female or well they're called perfect flowers. They have both sexual organs, so they're
Oh,
both
okay.
male and female. So you can they'll just like self-pollinate themselves. But if you take like a Q-tip and you get the pollen from one pepper, and then you put it on like the mother like pepper plant or the one that's going to produce the fruit itself will just be obviously whatever that pepper plant is. It will be like that fruit, but the
Uh-huh.
seeds will grow the next generation,
Oh,
and
okay.
hopefully maybe that will have some traits that are different. But if you just keep doing that, then yeah, you can
Uh-huh.
easily breed your own variety of pepper. But I've only cross pollinated things like once or twice, and I don't even think I've really like grown
Would you cross
like
pollinate?
I cross pollinated a reaper with a some sort of habanero, but it was like I didn't save the seeds or anything, so I didn't really see the results. But
Oh, okay.
um, yeah, no, I mean I've eaten a Carolina Reaper before. Those things are
Yeah,
retarded hot. They
yeah,
hurt.
the hottest thing I've had was a scorpion pepper in like high school. I think it was like freshman year or something.
Yeah.
I was fucked. I had to go home early and like chug milk and shit. It was not a good time. What happened to you?
I mean, like there's a video of me on YouTube, where I just I eat the pepper while I'm listening to Death Grips, and I have two milks and I have some honey, and I had a chocolate milk and I had a regular milk, and I was like double fisting the milks, and then like the worst thing about the Reaper though was just like, because like after like all the heat clears, it eventually just goes away, and
Uh-huh.
it feels kind of good in a way, like the endorphin rush is very
Yeah.
nice,
God, I can
but
like
it's
feel it in
like,
my stomach right now.
oh god. But yeah, the worst part about it is just your body can physically not
Yeah.
digest that shit. Like
Yeah.
you will have cramps for a very long time if you eat like in like I'd say like 5 or 6 hours. Because I remember after it happened, I was so exhausted that I
Fuck.
fell asleep, and then I woke up to cramps. Like I
I
had these
wonder.
really bad stomach
I
cramps,
wonder if like
and
chewing it more would help. Cause
it's
like.
not even that, because it's like I chewed it pretty solidly. It's just that like if you do a whole pepper like that, it is brutal. I mean, you're like bound to puke up something.
Fuck.
Like, and I definitely I puked fucking milk, and that was about it. But then eventually, like 6 hours later, after that pain, after the cramps of 6 hours, I finally
Most
puked, and then the heat
painful.
comes right back up. So you get more heat again, but then you're
Damn.
you're good. Your stomach feels way better. But my stomach at least could not digest that shit, and it was brutal.
Yeah. Most painful experience or no?
It's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know, in its own kind of way.
Hmm. Do you have any crazy painful experiences that would be like definitely the most?
I don't know. I can't really remember. I mean, that was definitely the most intense, I would say.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I haven't really gotten like that hurt or been in that much pain that much. I tend to not hurt myself very often.
That's good.
I've never like broken anything,
Dang,
done
really?
anything like that.
The
But
reason the only reason I broke my arm is because I decided to wear flip flops that day. That's it.
oh, did you just like tripped? I'm assuming.
Yep. I just the flip flop got. I think it was my pinky toe curled underneath the flip flop, and I just tripped and fell into a street gutter, and completely, the bone was not only broken, but like it had like fallen down my I don't know if it's the femur. No, femur's in the leg, right?
Yeah.
But the fucking I don't know the forearm fucking shit.
Yeah. I don't
It fell down like halfway like down the fucking thing, and I had to get surgery to put it back in.
You know, I want to ask you, what is your life goal? Like,
My
is there
life
anything you're
goal.
really working towards?
Yeah, well, my main goal in life is to have not to leave the world a better place than when I got here, but just to make sure that um, I can always say yes to the question, is the world better off having me than not having me? That was definitely my main goal. Just um, create things, for what I can for like society. Operate from an abundance mindset. Like, don't take things from others. Be kind and always be asking what can I give to the situation, like what can I offer, like what can I do to increase complexity. I don't know. I just really
That's
like,
pretty deep.
yeah, I really like increasing complexity, evolution, pyramid, uh, imagery, that sort of thing. It's very like core to me. And to pursue myself, I have a lot of little art ideas I want to do, and
Yeah.
just vomit my soul onto the universe. Hence the name of the podcast.
Vomit me soul.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, my life goal, to be completely honest, is literally just move to Maine, get some fucking land, grow a fuck ton of crops, have my own power, either that's solar power or fucking hydro power, and just be self-sufficient. I don't want to depend on fucking anybody. I want to have, like, apple trees and shit. I want to have hella fruit trees. I want to have hella food. I want to hunt. I want to fish. I just want to be self-sufficient, have fucking chickens and shit.
Damn.
Like,
Yeah, you sound really into that. That sounds beautiful.
yeah, it's just really what I want to do with my life. I just
Yeah.
want to be as independent and self-sufficient as possible,
That's a really good idea.
and just be happy. And just do, I don't know, just
I
don't know.
I hate the idea of chasing happiness. I don't know. I'd say chase fulfillment. That's what I always tell people when they tell me they're not happy. Cause
Yeah.
you need your basics down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Always.
trying to become like a hemp farmer and shit, and then I'm also just trying to buy like an AK too. Like AKs are fucking dope.
There you go. Yeah, get it. I mean, yeah, but you take care of yourself though. At least you sound like you do. You got your
Yeah.
you got your Maslow's pyramid pretty much all filled out. You're just looking for your
Looking for
fulfillment.
ways to ascend
Yeah, exactly.
into it.
You're looking for that self-actualization.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty much all I want to do. I mean, I'm big also into like foraging and stuff. Like I'm big into mushrooms.
Yeah.
I've grown oyster mushrooms before in my backyard actually, which was
Yeah.
pretty dope. They're really good. I love cooking them up. But
I want to fucking dude. One of the like one of the actual tangible goals I have that I'm most passionate about. I want to fucking master the art of freestyling playing piano while freestyle rapping at the same time. That would be
I believe in you.
that would be not only would my OCD have a fucking like quantum orgasm, but holy shit, would it be just fun. Oh my god.
Yeah. Do you know anything about like morel mushrooms?
Morel mushrooms? How do you spell that?
Morel.
Morel?
Yeah.
Morel mushrooms. No, they look fucking amazing though. What the hell? It looks
I
like
just foraged for some. They're an edible mushroom. They're
I
actually
just want to like
they're very
squeeze 'em.
expensive. But if you can find them and have access to them, I highly recommend eating them, and they're also
Yeah.
very good for you.
Alright, I'll put a morel mushroom as the thumbnail for the podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, like I harvested like at least 14 of them. You cook them up with some garlic, salt, some butter, and it is the most heavenly experience.
Butter
and, it is so
and
good.
like sautéing anything with garlic is amazing.
Yeah.
I make this stir fry with like it's garlic, onions. I go in first with the bell peppers, and then like olive oil, of course, and then like some salt, and then go in with the fucking green beans and snap peas, and then mix
gotta
that
have
shit.
them peas.
You gotta have you gotta have the flavors get to know each other for like fucking 15-20 minutes, and then you fucking douse it in soy sauce and hot sauce, and that shit slaps.
Fucking bet. Like
Amazing. I love like I love like the fulfillment of something, like doing something right, like getting all the
like
ingredients.
cooking a bomb ass meal.
Yeah.
It is nice, especially the more complex it is. It just
Yeah,
it makes
exactly.
the gratitude. It makes
Total fulfillment of complexity.
Exactly.
That's like yeah. It's one of the things that keeps
Yeah,
me
I mean,
going.
I make this really basic like recipe with with the oyster mushrooms because that's like one of my favorite mushrooms to eat. I just take like onion and shit, like I just white onion and um
Yeah.
just the mushrooms and just put them in butter and just wait till for the onions to caramelize, and it
Yeah.
is so
Yeah, that's what
delicious.
I
And
was meaning to say. When that fucking soy sauce caramelizes with all the vegetables, oh,
yeah,
that's just fire.
it sounds fucking fire.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful things.
Very.
These are a few of my favorite things.
You fuck with that
Stir
movie?
fry. Yeah.
I've only seen it like twice, but I know like so many like songs from it.
Yeah. I used to hate it when I was a kid, but then I don't know. I got into dresses and they made dresses in that movie. And I was like, okay, it's my favorite movie now.
It's a great story.
Yeah, my sister likes it a lot too. My stepmom had a whole bunch of like VHS tapes that she would let us watch all day while she worked from home and stuff.
Yeah, it's funny because like I don't know, VHS tapes like they are underappreciated in a way. I mean, they are a
Yeah,
obsolete format
Death Grips
now.
has like a Jenny Death VHS that I want so bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god. By the way, which Death Grips song did you eat the pepper to?
Ring a Bell, a couple different songs
Yeah, Ring a
actually.
Bell. That's a good one. That's a good one
Yeah.
for that. You should have did Hothead.
Yeah, you're right. I've actually seen Death Grips.
Oh
I
yeah.
saw them. Yeah, I saw them when they came to my town in 2017. So
Nice,
3 years
nice.
ago now. Jesus, that was like probably like my first like real like
Yeah.
concert that I went to that I like really liked the
I
artist.
wanted to go to their most recent tour so fucking bad. Last time they were in
But they
Tampa.
only tour. They like only tour in like Western United States.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
seems like
They like never
they don't
tour.
do California or like barely anything these days. They did that one tour, but like because they did all across the U.S., which was amazing. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, that show was definitely the loudest fucking concert I've ever been to.
Damn.
Holy
Did
shit!
Zach Hill do anything fucked with his drums?
Oh my god, it was so cool because like they had these like laser pointers that were
Mhm.
like very very powerful, and every member of the band had them on their fingers. So it was like when the lights went out and there's like fog and shit, so it's all dark in there, and the thing that's just letting it through is just the fucking lasers, and just you could just
Just they're like
holy
on
shit,
each
I was
finger.
just going fucking insane, and there's lasers going fucking everywhere. And I smoked in the fucking bathroom. It was Death Grips and Ministry, and I ask people about this who have been to this concert. Like I've talked to other people around the country who've like seen that tour, and they all just like they never stayed for Ministry. It was really funny. Like most of the
Huh.
people there just were for Death
Yeah, I've
Grips.
never fucking heard of
But the
Ministry.
Ministry fans, I do respect them though. Like they're much older like fans because I think Ministry was like really popular in like the
What's
'90s and
Ministry
shit.
sound like? Is it anything like Death Grips?
No, not at all.
No.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, that was definitely the loudest fucking concert I've been to. What is the loudest concert you've been to?
I have never been to a concert except for like there's a couple like two festivals. I've been to two festivals because my family wanted to go.
What festivals were there?
They were like for local radio stations. I forget the names
Okay.
of them. Yeah, I think it was like Hot Tampa something. I don't know.
And did you know King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard?
I know that band.
Yeah, I've seen them 3 times. Crowd
Nice,
surfed every time. I was up on the stage with
nice.
them, which was pretty dope.
That's awesome.
Um, but yeah, no, I'm really big into those guys. I love just like psychedelic rock and
Yeah,
all that kind of shit. Um, you just Australian music is so good. I don't know. There's a lot of good bands coming out of Australia
yeah.
nowadays, at least at least I fuck with.
I mostly
They
just
know how to
listen
do
to
it.
rap.
Yeah.
It's easier with like with my OCD. I just want to get way too experimental if I start listening to other genres. I'm like, okay, I have to include everything I'm listening to into what I'm making.
Mhm.
But I really want to include like Native American drum beat singing into my shit too. So
That'd be raw.
yeah, I want to get back in touch with my Native American.
Oh, you're native?
Yeah, with my
Do you know
what's
what?
it called,
Do you know what
heritage.
tribe? Do you know what tribe?
According to my mom, we are Iroquois, Mohawk, and fuck, what was the third one? My grandma says we are 4 tribes, and she includes Cherokee, but I am so skeptical about Cherokee because one, my grandma talks out of her ass a lot, and everyone claims Cherokee, so
Yeah, that's quite the blend.
yeah. Yeah,
What
and
else
then
are
I'm
you?
Irish on my dad's side.
Okay,
But I'm really
that's.
pale, so like only the Irish shows through, and I also don't go outside, so
Yeah, I'm sure that doesn't help.
yeah.
I mean, but it is. I mean, you live in Florida though,
No,
so I
I live
mean,
in Iowa now, but I'm from
oh, you live
Florida.
in Iowa.
Yeah.
Damn, I've never been to fucking Iowa.
It's literally just corn, so I mean,
I know.
if you like corn, you seem to be into it a little bit.
I mean, mass produced like that. It bothers me though because it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
what were we
way they
gonna
do
talk
that
about?
is every year. I mean, it depends on the farmer too. So I shouldn't say all of this is bad, but it kind of is. Just the way I look at it, it kind of is for me. But I don't know what they do is they plant corn year after year after year after year, and just eventually the soil just is so like deficient
Yeah.
in like everything, and it just fucks up the soil, and it turns shit into deserts. Like nothing can grow there. It's really just bad, and a lot of farmers have done that. I mean, that's why you obviously want to crop rotate and keep adding shit to the soil. But if you don't, or you don't do it enough, your soil quality will suffer. It's just all mass produced farming too.
Yeah, I hate
It's
when people cut corners. That fucks me.
like, I mean, one of my things that like I would really want if a lot of people did this, and I think it would really benefit society, would be like if some more people were self-sufficient in
Yeah.
just in a lot of different ways. If everybody was self-sufficient, you wouldn't have to depend on currency to buy a lot of things. If everybody just grew their own shit and
Well,
just bartered, it would
yeah.
be
Yeah,
so
that's the
dope.
problem though. The scarcity mindset. Most people don't believe that there is enough for them, and they come together and then try to take from others, and
Yeah, I mean, just
yeah.
currency. I think currency should just straight up be abolished.
Yeah, I think like fulfilling yourself is a good way to get out of that mindset. But yeah, it's really difficult too because then you have to like do actual math and like is there enough in the forest for everyone? Can everyone is
Well,
like
I mean, if
everyone
people
smart
grew
enough
their
to
own
make their own
crops,
farm?
fished, stocked lakes, I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
would and could hunt
I don't know.
and
Some people
stop this
are
mass production of
some people
all
are
this shit and
quite
just let the earth heal and do
yeah,
its thing and let just nature do its fucking thing. I definitely think that we would benefit
yeah.
as humans more, and
Definitely,
I
in
think we'd
the
be way
next
more
100 years,
productive.
either like severe population decrease or everyone needs to get their shit together and stop
Yeah,
using so much energy, because it's bad.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is. It really fucking is. I just want the earth to be happy,
yeah.
to be honest.
We're trying to make Mother Earth come.
For real. Always.
Hey, Pornhub says it's okay, even if she's my mom.
Have you ever seen the new It movies?
Yeah, I've seen the It movies.
You know, like the sound from the fucking like It movies, the you know the it doesn't fucking come through the mic.
Yeah, it
I'm so
doesn't.
pissed. Fuck. But like you just like chop your throat and do the thing, and it's fucking
Oh,
goofy as fuck.
did that
I
come
wish
through?
it was kind of, yeah.
Yeah. What about it though?
I don't know. It's just funny. I just saw a video like today about it, and or like some dude doing it, and I never even thought about like doing it, and now
Yeah.
I've just been doing it like all fucking night,
Yeah.
like just randomly, because it makes me laugh. Like,
I've been trying to practice my fucking my tribal drum screams and my throat singing.
yeah, I mean, I started doing that like definitely like 3 years ago with throat singing,
Damn, it took
and
you that long?
I can overtone sing pretty well while like throat singing. I mean, that's how you get it to where it sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it sounds natural because I mean, if you just use your larynx like and you can overtone it and play basically like two notes at once with your mouth.
That's fucking insane.
It's cool, and you get this like whistle, this like nice fucking just like piercing
Yeah.
whistle sound that
Yeah.
is just.
That's what I like with sound, where it's like, what the fuck am I listening to? Or like, yeah, that's why I like Death Grips so much. How they experiment with like how the sounds fit together and like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I like the little like things they do like.
Yeah, they're definitely one of the best experimental hip hop bands that has
yeah.
come out.
The most like new sounds I've heard have been from Death Grips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that good. It's that good. So, like, I don't know too. Like another thing is like just with earlier I was just talking about like the earth and shit, and, like mass production of things. It's like I don't know, just like the cows and shit. Like the way that they just mass cow farm and mass chicken farm.
There's
like,
a song by KRS-One that perfectly.
Like if everybody had land, I'm sorry, but like if everybody had land, right, and could just hunt and just like have chickens and just everything like that, you wouldn't have a need for that. Like, yeah, it would be devastating in a lot of ways to a lot of social systems, but it would be so much nicer. Like, imagine if people ate venison compared to fucking mass-produced, like, antibiotic fucking cow meat, you know?
Yeah.
Like, venison tastes so good. It's sweet.
Does. I like it,
It's such a good fucking meat. I love it. I had some in Scotland. Just venison steak is, so fucking amazing.
Yeah, I love steaks. Good shit. But yeah,
good shit.
What was I gonna say about the land? Fuck, I hate that shit.
What was you gonna say about the land?
Oh. God damn it, what was it? Alright, well, new topic, whatever.
Okay.
Talk about...
Do you fuck with owls?
Owls? I certainly do fuck with owls, especially their symbolism.
Yeah.
There's apparently some fucking owl cult out there that's all like rich people, and like apparently there's Alex Jones went there, and it went to one of their headquarters, and there was just a bunch of like, it was like fucking like Steve Carell worshiping an owl and shit. I gotta get well read on
worshiping an owl.
Yeah, apparently it's like not.
I mean, I've
like,
heard
legit.
of the owl thing, but like,
yeah.
I just think
How
owls
much do you
in
know about the
general
owl
are really
thing?
fucking
Apparently,
cool.
fucking rich people love them too.
Yeah, I just love hearing them like in the night.
Yeah.
Like they'll just like in my backyard. There's hella like pin oak trees and like just a bunch of different maple trees, and they love that shit. Sometimes they always come around though, and it's really weird with my family because my dad's side of the family, it's like whenever like a family member is just like a coincidence, I don't know. Whenever like a family member like dies in my family, at least on my dad's side, there's always like the next night or the next week, there is always an owl that you will be able to hear, and it is so cool. It's happened twice with my grandfather and then my dad's really uncle. Cool. It's like for my uncle George, it's like it's crazy.
For my family has something like that too. For my grandfather, it's like feathers. Whenever my mom always collects every feather that lands near her, like she happens to see, because it reminds her of him. He was big into living off the land, like you said. He had a property by this river in Florida. I would go there all the time. It was cool. He taught me a lot about the Mohawk side of our family and that sort of thing. He actually, There's a really cool story about my grandpa. I have to tell it. So my grandfather got drafted into the Vietnam War.
Nah,
Um,
baby.
yeah. So what he did, he always his whole life, every single time he had a cup of coffee, his heart would race. His heart would race. So what he did, he chugged 2 pots of coffee before he went to his physical inspection. And so he's waiting there, and he's like fucking shaking. He's like, like fucking off,
Buzzing
yeah,
off the
buzzing off the
walls.
shits, yeah. And they're like, oh, it's gonna be like we're a little bit backed up today. Sorry, it's gonna be one more person. Do you want anything to drink? And he's like, yeah, give me some Coke. Give me like all the Coke you have. So he chugs Coke. He's chugging Coke, and they finally call him in, and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with your heart? Like, we're gonna need to keep you for a little while longer. Do you want anything more to drink? He's like, yeah, give me more Coke. It's like, while he's waiting, he keeps drinking Coke, keeps drinking Coke, keeps drinking Coke. And then they test him again. They're like, well, you gotta go home, son. Sorry. So you didn't have to go to Vietnam.
God damn, that's awesome. That's funny.
Yeah.
Caffeine just makes me like nervous, gives me anxiety. Like sometimes though, not all the time, but sometimes. It also can, in some instances, make me actually fall asleep better.
Oh,
Weird.
really? That is weird.
Yeah.
Caffeine for me, I have the same sensitivity as him. Like, straight off 1 can of Coke, I am anxious. I'm buzzing.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's just so crazy to me because it's just like such a popular stimulant. Like
Yeah, it is.
everybody, so
It's
many
crazy.
people
I
love
feel
it.
like it could be crazier than cocaine if you did it right.
If you really get into it.
Yeah, if you really get into
You drink like,
caffeine.
yeah, I mean, you'll just be bouncing off the fucking walls and fucking just be
Yeah.
feeling sick.
There was this. I started
Shit your
drinking
brains out.
caffeine. I started drinking coffee every day for 1 week, and I was manic the entire time and could not sleep.
Goddamn.
I like obviously didn't stay up the whole week, but it was bad.
Yeah. Like, I mean, talking about like herbs and shit, I want to grow some like mugwort. Have you ever heard of mugwort?
I've heard the name, but I don't know what it is.
It's like this herb that basically, if you like smoke it or like put it in the tea, like your chances of lucid dreaming go way, way up. So you can like lucid dream better, apparently, with it. Which is, I've never really experienced it, except for this one time I drank mugwort. I just had this dream where I was just like flying above open water, and it was just like so amazing and so like I haven't had a dream like that like in a while.
Huh.
It was really dope.
Damn.
And then there's another herb that I've smoked too, which is called blue lotus. Well, mugwort's really heavy in the lungs. That shit hurts.
My friend who's trying to become a shaman was smoking blue lotus last night.
Yeah, and the thing is like blue lotus is, it's like, I guess it has like a CBD effect. Like it's really mellow. And some people probably wouldn't even feel it at all, to be completely honest. But it just depends on how much you have and how much you smoke. But the Egyptians used to put it in wine, and they would drink it with it, and it'd be like this weird, like trippy drunk. And I've heard if you like, if you smoke it with weed and enough lotus, it can almost feel like a trip.
Yeah.
And I've never gotten to that point just because I don't have access to that much lotus, but I do want to grow it. But the problem is it's like a lily pad.
Right?
Yeah, it's a dissociative. I don't know. I really don't know. No, it's an anesthetic. I don't even know.
I've heard it's its own drug.
Yeah, because like I don't know. I've wanted to grow it, but I would have to have a pond for that because it's a lily pad. It's just Egyptian lily, or Egyptian lotus, the same shit.
Yeah.
So you'd have to grow it in water, which would be cool. I've never actually grown anything in water, but lily pads and stuff like that. If I did have a pond, because like what I would do is, if I ever bought a property with a pool, I would drain it, I'd fill it, dechlorinate it, whatever, or just fill it with like natural water, and then just let it just become like a natural pond. Just have like a filter going through it, put some moss and some animals, and just see where it goes, because it will just start attracting more wildlife. It's really dope. I would really love to do that at some point.
Yeah, that is always crazy. Every single time I see a pond and with fish in it, and it's like it's not massive, I'm like, damn, how did that even get there?
Yep.
I'm like,
People
yeah.
just stocking it.
Hmm.
And fish just, I mean, if there's no predator in there or nothing like that, they'll just go fucking crazy.
Damn,
There'll be
yeah.
a fuck ton of them.
Yeah, true. Yeah, those little ponds don't have anything really to keep their population.
Yep.
Hmm. Do you like
It's
fishing?
like, I've been getting in more into it recently. I've been trying to catch catfish. I just got my fishing license.
Oh, that's
But
cool. We have a
I
lot of
want
fucking catfish where I'm from.
huh?
So we have a lot of fucking catfish where I'm from.
Yeah, I mean, same. We just have channel cats. That's really about it.
Mm-hmm.
But we also, I mean, I live by Lake Erie, so I mean, there's sheephead, walleye, really cool fish.
Yeah,
And there's
I
even
like sheep's head.
sturgeon. Sturgeon are holy shit. I think they're rock sturgeons or something like that, but they're fucking massive fish, and they're
Yeah.
repopulating. They're doing much better than they were like about 100 years ago. The turn of the last century, like
Mm-hmm.
1800s into the 1900s, it was like holy shit. Like they were basically hunted down for their eggs, their caviar.
Oh, damn. Yeah,
So there was not a
1920
lot
is a
of
lot
them
of
left.
fucking
But
caviar.
this one dude, and I think multiple associations, and probably just the wildlife people, you know, like they, I know, have done many projects where they um, hatch them out in like a fish in like a hatchery, whatever,
Yeah.
and then they will release them into the lake and just repopulate it. And I think that's really dope because these things can live hundreds of years and they're just such big fish. They're like ancient. They look ancient. They're so fucking cool looking. They look like little like they look like big ass like prehistoric fish, and they're very old. They're probably one of the oldest species in Lake Erie, to be honest. And they're just in northern waters in general. Multiple different types of sturgeon, but
Yeah.
the sturgeon that we have are really exclusive and pretty cool. And then there's also like walleye, and walleye are like a predator fish, so they'll eat other fish, but oh my god, they are so delicious. I would want to catch one, but the problem is if where I'm fishing, I would never probably catch one because they like to go far out. They're far out in the water. They're not
Yeah.
by the shore.
Gotta get that deep sea fishing.
They have that deep lake fishing.
Deep lake fishing.
But yeah, I love living by the Great Lakes, and we have like really good forests. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's really dope.
They're great.
They are indeed.
Yeah, I've never been to the Great Lakes. I've always just been in Florida where we have the beach like 10
Don't
minutes
you guys have
every
a lake
direction.
though? You guys have like the
We have Okeechobee. It's
yeah,
it's the biggest lake in Florida. It's
and the Everglades and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. The Everglades is fucking crazy though. It's like
There's so many gators, right?
yeah, alligators are scary. The base like
They hiss at you
I've
and
had
shit,
alligators
though.
come into the pool at my house like many times. Like it's not uncommon. And they're in the sewers. They're everywhere. Basically, any body of water deeper than
They
your
be
knees,
vibing.
alligators be vibing. Yeah. Fuck yeah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, beaches. We fucking. What's it like to swim in a lake? Cause we always had to go to the beach and you get like sand all up in your shit.
Oh, you
And
definitely
salt
still get
everywhere.
sand all up in your shit because there's still just sand. But it's like, I don't know, the lakes, it's obviously just fresh water compared to
Yeah.
salt water, so there's not like a lot of that saltwater creatures. It's more simple. But there still is in Lake Erie at least we had this big like years ago. I think boats from because the St. Lawrence Seaway, which brings the Great Lakes and the sea together, some boats from there, they brought zebra mussels and like on the bottom of the boats, and then they got released into the Great Lakes and into Lake Erie, to be more specific. And now we don't really have them anymore. I don't know, their population's kind of decreased, but we still definitely have them. And there's just zebra mussels all over the fucking beach. They're invasive as fuck.
Damn. Yeah. And Florida.
They make the lake so clean though. They filter everything, but it's like still like they're invasive as fuck.
Damn. Yeah, that's how it is with fucking lionfish. Like tourists love them because they're so pretty, but they fucking are poisonous and they destroy everything. Florida's like getting fucked by lionfish.
Damn.
Yeah, we had like I had a class field trip one time where we went down to the Keys and killed lionfish.
Really?
Yeah, we
That's
killed lionfish and we did we studied the reef that was there.
so
Like
is that
the
just a
wherever.
thing? Like you can just kill lionfish? Like is
Yeah,
there a
yeah,
law
yeah,
with it?
yeah. You I think you can actually get paid to kill lionfish in Florida.
There's a fish in my lake that is also like that. They're just parasitic fish that are invasive, and you can just kill them.
Yeah.
And I remember my sister caught one when we were fishing one time, and she would not kill it, and I was just like, please, just fucking kill it, like literally, like fucking slam its head, like it kills other native fish, and she couldn't do it. She just threw it right back, and I'm like, right,
Damn.
like I don't know. You gotta keep that shit natural, the natural cycle,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
natural ecosystem.
There is something to appealing to nature, even if it's a logical fallacy, but there is something to it
Yeah,
when it works, like when it's tested. It's
yeah,
beautiful. Like, yeah, I don't know. It makes shit way better than we have ever done. Like, I don't know, nature just has like this flow to it, you know?
yeah.
It's like a
That most definitely.
yeah, that
Like,
Taoism flow state
yeah,
we
I've been
talk about
actually
all the
looking more
time.
into Taoism. It's very
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, it is. At if you've ever played a sport and gotten in the zone, man, it's something.
It is something.
Yeah,
I don't
everything
know.
feels right.
Yeah, I'm in
I was
this.
way off my zone today. That's why I sound like an idiot on this podcast.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, just them edibles, that tea.
Yeah, those edibles fucked me. They didn't even kick in until like 2 a.m. I was like,
Have you ever done hash? Have you ever, like, smoked hash?
no, I've never smoked hash. It's just like folded keef, right? Over and over again.
No, it's like, so what you do is you, like, take, like, the easiest way to make it, at least for me, at least, it's like,
Mhm.
you say you have, like, a four-chamber, like, grinder with a keef catcher,
Yeah.
and then you just grind, like, a fuck ton of weed up till you have, like, a fuck ton of keef. And then you take some parchment paper, and you, like, fold it into, like, these, like, I don't know, just so it has like we'll make these more like solid layers or like solid
Yeah,
cutouts
you just
for
fold
the
keef, right?
yeah. So you fold it and then you take a hair straightener and then you just press it and
Oh,
it
okay.
because with the heat it like combusts it makes it compact and like it just makes it more potent and you can fucking dab it, which is probably the best way to do it. But what I do is I burn the weed that I'm smoking it with, and
Mhm.
then the weed will light the hash, and then the hash just is
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god,
There you
it
go.
will get you. It's like a dab's little
So
brother.
it's like
That's what I
a
always say.
twax, but with hash.
It, yeah, I love making hash. It's nice.
Yeah, I gotta try that because we're about to harvest our weed plant.
What strain?
My boyfriend's sister is growing it. I do not know, but it is indica dominant.
I grew a blue dream plant, which was pretty nice. It
Nice.
was really mellow crop.
Yeah, yeah. I'm smoking on wedding cake usually. That shit,
Mm,
that shit's nice and mellow. I was supposed to
yeah,
get my drugs today, but they didn't show up, man. I was so upset. I was gonna trip and everything.
yeah. I hope from your meds from the pharmacy. I hope.
Yeah, those show up.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's just so much cool shit in nature. I just love it so much. So many useful
Yeah.
plants that I just
Speaking of meds, that's the reason I stopped taking them is because I got to that flow state and I felt natural and I was like you know what, why not just live in tune with nature, and if I'm seriously in danger of like hurting others or myself, I will take my meds. I
yeah.
Yeah, but for me, like mania isn't that prominent in my um with my bipolar. It's mostly just depression.
Yeah. I I don't know. I have my one friend. It's my one Polish friend. He's bipolar, and dude, he just like does a fuck ton of like. He's this European guy. Does like a fuck ton of like he just does MDMA and like does just like speed and shit, and he makes like electronic music. It's actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
He actually makes some pretty good music, but he's just always going from like Poland and the Czech Republic back and forth. It's kind of dope. But yeah, no, he's got a lot of insight on life, and so I talk to him a lot. But Europeans they're just based. I love them.
Yeah, I love like incorporating what works for different cultures into my mindset. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I love doing that too.
yeah, American culture is so not
It's a
only
blend.
yeah, not only is it it just hasn't had enough time to grow, I think. I don't know.
I mean, it definitely has, but like it could definitely grow way, way, way more.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
will.
Well, I guess back to everything is beautiful as it is, but yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but with European culture, there's just so much like folklore and like lessons about stuff like for example,
Just
there's
everyday parts of life.
yeah everyday parts of life, like mothers warn their children about fucking gremlins that are gonna grab them from the forest if they don't do their chores, and here we just have like lame shit like the boogeyman and stuff, like fucking I wish we had a Krampus. I don't know, that's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Krampus Magno.
Krampus do be smacking though.
But no, like even with like I don't know, like the history of Santa Claus with the fucking like Amanita muscaria mushrooms is pretty fucking
talk
dope.
about that. What the fuck?
Well, no, like so basically these like in like what do you say, like not even medieval Europe. It might have been medieval Europe, but it probably was just before that, to be completely honest. But it was like basically there's just the tradition or whatever that like when they would celebrate Christmas or whenever the Native Europeans, this is definitely like pre-Christianity.
Yeah.
In Europe, and what they would do is they would have these like shamans, and they'd be all dressed in red, and then they would drop Amanita muscaria mushrooms down the chimney, and so people would just like probably cook them up and just trip off of them on like their Yule, their Christmas. I don't even know what the actual celebration was, Christmas, but it's like that's where a lot of the Christmas practices came from. I mean, it's all pagan shit. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Most people know that, but it's just like I don't know. They call it the Santa Claus mushroom. I've never done it, but I've heard if you smoke the caps, it'll get you chilling. Same with if you bake it actually a certain way, the juice from the mushroom will bleed out, and then you drink the juice. It like decarbs all the bad stuff in it, because if you eat it raw, it's toxic. You don't want to do that. But if you cook it or whatever and do the right preparations, you can get mad trips off of it. And some people even say it's more beneficial than psilocybin and shit.
Damn.
Which is
look into that maybe.
Crazy. And then there's like because like the variety, there's multiple different varieties of it though, and a lot of them have psychoactive compounds within them. The one that I have in my state it's Amanita muscaria. I don't know the exact name for it, but instead of it being red, yellow. And they grow in association with evergreen trees, with spruce trees. So like eastern hemlock trees, they just love the petals that just decompose into the soil, and then they like that medium, and then the spores land, and then they make more mushrooms. But they're conifer exclusive for the most part. They just really like conifer trees.
Yeah. That shit be coniferous, bruh.
Yeah, it's so cool, because like I don't know, mushrooms will just grow in association with so many different trees. It's just something about the tree that they like, and then they'll just do their thing, and it's really fucking cool. I remember, because like morel mushrooms, even they grow in association with like tulip trees, I should say, not tulips, tulip trees, sycamore trees, ash trees, elm trees, and apple trees. So if you ever are in the woods or someone's property, you find like an abandoned apple orchard, you can find a fuck ton of morels if you look in the right spot and it's the right time of season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've always wanted to find an abandoned apple orchard because that'd be so fucking cool.
Yeah. Do you know anything about picking for psilocybin mushrooms?
See, the thing is like where I am, I think we have 3 species in my state. There's this variety of cyanescens where they grow in woodlands, but they're not very potent, I've heard. The species that we have around here are not very potent psilocybin. Then we have another one called bluefoot psilocybin, which they grow where I am actually, but they grow late summer, and they are kind of rare, but you can find them on like decaying logs. Yeah. And then there's Laughing Jim, which or like Bluefoot Jim or something like that. That grows very to the south, like near our river that we have to the south, and they are huge. They're huge fucking mushrooms, but they can take a fuck ton of psilocybin. Supposedly, I've never done them though. I've only done just cyanescens and cubensis. But yeah, no, mushrooms. Just their association, their saprophytic relationship with trees is very fascinating to me.
Yeah,
and I love how they're all unique to certain trees.
I love symbiosis as a concept.
Yeah, it's really dope.
Just like, yeah, it's great for my OCDs. Synergy is like, especially when I can get my team to all work together in CS:GO. that's
CS:GO
one of my
favorites.
Hidden.
I've been playing hella CS:GO recently.
Yeah, I just got Valorant. I started streaming it. See if maybe I'll become the best Valorant streamer. That game is hard though. There's so much.
I've never played.
It's their ability system is pretty busted.
I don't even think I've seen any gameplay of it. Everybody's talking about it, but I've not seen any gameplay.
Basically, their abilities are like the nades in CS:GO, but like certain characters have way better ones. Like there's this one where you can shoot an arrow at a wall and fucking like completely eliminate everyone in that room like through walls and shit. It's fucked. Yeah, that one is busted. And then there's a guy that has like a flashbang, Molotov like type 1 smoke grenade, big walls and shit. But yeah, they need to fix balance their ability system because they need to make it. I don't know. I like CS:GO's nade system because everyone can get the same nades. It's like yeah. It's just like it's
Counter-Strike
so
Source
fun.
though.
Yeah. I've never played Source.
I've played Source. I have Source. I have all the Steam games, like all the Valve Steam games. Cause some friend bought me a package a while back for it. It's this weird story. I'm gonna tell it. So, I was talking to this man from New York. He's this Asian dude. I think his name was like Adrian. And he, I don't know. I think was on like probation or something at the time. He taught me how to ferment my own wine and make my own wine when I was probably about 12 years old. And so he taught me how to make closet wine. So I've made closet wine a few times, but
nice.
It's a weird type of drunk, but it really is. But no, he was basically like, hey, so if I give you like $100 in Steam games, will you buy me a mini fridge? Because he didn't want to buy the mini fridge because he was trying to do an edible business, but he was on probation, so I guess he was like scared of something happening with the authorities, which was just paranoid. And so he wanted me to buy him the mini fridge and then ship it to his house, so it wasn't under his name or whatever, because he needed the mini fridge to make edibles, whatever. So he wants me to buy this mini fridge for him, so he buys me the fucking games. And then, I mean, at the time, like, I did not have any money. I was a youngling, like, so I was just like, dude, I honestly can't do it. And then whenever I would get money, it'd be for, like, supporting myself. So it was just like, I can't, I didn't really even, like, agree to it. I think I did at some point. I must have, but he gave me the games, and then eventually I was just like, I can't do the mini fridge, and then I think he just kind of like stopped talking to me for years. But I got all the Valve games, so that's pretty
Damn,
dope.
it's lit.
So I got to see his source.
Damn, what if you became a pro in Source just because of the mini fridge?
I might have to actually.
Yeah.
It's a really funny game.
I love stories like that where um like some crazy new shit happens off of like the smallest chances. Like I met one of my best friends just because he matched in a Dota game with my other friend, and we don't even talk to that guy anymore.
Damn.
Yeah. All the stories
Yeah.
like that.
It is funny how just like the people you meet just make those impacts, and it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's always just very refreshing, and it makes life feel so much better in a way
Yeah.
and different.
Get into that flow state.
Get into that towers flow state.
Mm-hmm. That's my shit. All right. Well, we are at an hour. Do you want to keep going?
I mean, I gotta go probably. I can do like probably another 15.
Okay. I mean, we can cut
If
it off
you're
here if
down.
you want. This seems like
Hmm?
a natural stopping point.
Yeah,
At an
it's
hour.
that flow state.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll stop recording now.